Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of a Nation Wave, and this is day 8 of the September daily draws. As we start a new week, let's see what message we get. And I'll be taking the first card from the Mystic Palette Tarot, Muted Edition, followed by an Oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Mabon Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. We have the Queen of Swords, which was the energy card for last month as well, the general energy of the month. It isn't this month's card for the general energy of the month. That's the Six of Cups. But so we still got a little bit of spillover of that energy, and we're going to need some of that as we move forward. And that energy is about clear-mindedness, the ability to develop and adjust our ideas as needed, to be sure of ourselves and confident in ourselves, to know what we want and to go for it, and to not be easily swayed or deterred from pursuing what we want. And in our communication, we have to say what we mean and mean what we say. Very much is what the Queen of Swords would tell us. So that's something to consider in our dealings when we're moving forward and we're taking the actions that we need. And if we have to communicate anything, be sure we know what it is we want, and be sure what it is we want to communicate, what we mean to communicate, and that we're really serious about it, that we say what we mean and we mean what we say. And that's one of the key phrases I always associate with the Queen of Swords. She is aware of her emotions, but she can be objective in her decisions. She's not going to be too influenced or swayed by emotion. She's going to be looking at the facts and the truth of the matter, and she will form a decision in light of that. It's more, the Queen of Swords is more rational. We have a little bit of intuition thrown in, but it's intuition that is strong and clear to her, at least, and that she trusts. But it's got to be borne out as well by a lot of the truth of the situation, the truth of the matter. It's swords, it's facts, it's truth, it's ideas, it's communication. All these things she's good at bringing together and forming into a strong, clear, focused response in what she does. And that's what we must do. We must quickly assess a situation. We must develop our ideas and plans and adjust them where necessary. There's that flexibility, that fluidity of the Queens here, where we can adjust and maneuver in accordance with the situation. But once we know what the right response is, we do it. And anything that doesn't match the adjustment, she can change things, in order to adjust. Maybe she needs to cut some things away. Some things that she planned to do are no longer going to be possible because of the adjustment she needs to make. And she's not too emotionally attached to those things that she can't say, right, forget that. We'll do without that. We'll just go with this because this is what's going to achieve what we want to achieve. And sometimes we need a bit of that objectivity, that, where we can cut our ties to something within our plans, that it's, sometimes we can become, because we're motivated, we're passionate about our creative energies and what we're wanting to do. Sometimes there are elements of it we can be, spiritually, emotionally passionate about, but are no longer going to fit where we need to be. And sometimes when we are too emotionally connected to them, we're reluctant to change that. Whereas the Queen of Swords brings that objectivity and says, look, this no longer belongs here. It's going to hold it back. So we need to remove that out, and we need to work it this way in order to be effective. And she's got no qualms about doing that. She will use her sword to cut that away when necessary. And sometimes we need to be able to do that, to have that objectivity, to be able to do that in response. But overall, it's that clear-mindedness, being clear about what we want, pursuing it determinedly, not to be easily swayed or put off, to have that perseverance and that diligence in doing what we want to do, and also in our communication to say what we mean and mean what we say. Those are the overall bottom line principles that she brings to us today. Okay, let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. Wool. We've had this one before. This one's come out. So we're knitting the components. We're knitting things together. We're getting all the threads together. We're bringing it in together in a way, and we can cut away anything that doesn't fit the pattern that we need to make. We can cut off any strands that are a bit frayed. We can trim those off to tidy things up, but we don't need that anymore. Any knots, whatever. That's that objectivity to cut away things that we don't need. That perseverance and that focus and clear, and is that we're going to follow this pattern to the end, and this is what's going to bring about the result of what we want to achieve. And that, I believe, is the way forward, and is what the cards are suggesting that we do. That's the message today. Okay, so that's today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 9. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.